What's the earliest age you can recall working? Like when you first worked on a job, any type of job, babysitting, washing some dishes that you got paid for. Well, in Indiantown, during the summer, my cousins and I would have to work in the orange grove with our grandmother. And this man had a school bus that he converted into a transportation bus to take the field workers out to wherever we had to go to work in the field. So orange grove, sometimes we worked in the orange grove and sometimes we worked in the bean field. But this particular story is about when we worked in the orange grove. So the night before, my grandmother and my cousin's parents would fix us a brown bag lunch. My brown bag lunch usually consisted of maybe a sandwich. It was like a sort of like mayo, but it had an orangey color and it had pickle, like sort of like a relish sandwich with that was more like a spreadable though. Or sometimes I would have a syrup sandwich or a ketchup sandwich. We didn't always have meat. But as my grandmama said, it was something to make hunger scat. Sometimes I would have, like, she would put some not frosted flakes, that was a luxury, some corn flakes and some wax paper, and I would have that to munch on. Sometimes we would have bologna, but not always have bread. So if we had some little honey buns, or if my grandmama had a honey bun, she would cut it in half, and we would make, she would make us honey buns, a bologna and honey buns sandwich. So this particular Saturday, the owner of the bus, he went around picking everybody up, the parents or the kids or whoever was going to be going out into the field. So it was me and my two guy cousins. And on this particular day in the field, it was my grandma brought along two of my guy cousins with us. So my cousin, the older one, so my younger cousin and I, we were probably 7 or 8. But our older cousin, which they were two brothers, he was probably around 14 or 15. So he had already told us that he wasn't going to give grandma his money. And we knew the drill. At the end of the workday, this man would go around, he would give the kids $1 or $2, and he would give the parent the bulk of the money. So he said, when we get our money today, I'm not giving grandma my money. And we're like, well, you're going to get in trouble. He said, I don't care. So we didn't squeal on it because we knew how it was going to turn out. So my grandmother would take the ladder and support it up against the tree, climb up in the orange tree. She would have like this sack, this big sack that she would put over her shoulder, and she would be putting oranges in the sack from being up in the tree, in addition to shaking the tree, and the oranges would fall to the ground. Now those are the oranges my cousins and I will put in a smaller bin, a little basket, and when my grandmother would climb down from the ladder, she would take those bins, so smaller basket bins, and put them over into a larger bin, and we were paid based on how many larger bins we could fill. Now this particular cousin, he was really hustling. I mean, my grandma was like, "Ooh, look at my grandbaby. Ooh, he working hard today." But his brother and I knew that he had a plan. He had some up his sleeve. That's why he was working so hard. So sure enough, the end of the day, the man comes around. This particular day, we all got $2, and he gave our grandmother the bulk of the money. So my cousin and I, we immediately gave grandma the money. She kept her money in a sock tied to the strap of her slip. So she pulls out her sock, and she said, "Come on now, y'all give grandma the money. Come on, Chrissy, give me the money, baby." So we gave her the money. But this cousin, he says, "Grandma, I'm not giving you my money." And she said, "Boy, what you say to me?" He said, "I'm not giving you my money. I work hard for this money. I'm not giving you my money. I want my money. I'm keeping my money for me to buy something." She said, "Now you know cotton picking well. When we come out here, y'all give me that money, and I got to get that money to your mama and your daddy, because you got to help with around the house. We were contributing to the household. He said, Grandma, I'm not giving you my money. My grandma said, I'm going to ask you one more time, boy, give me that money. He said, Grandma, you can do what you want to do to me. I'm not giving you my money. So my grandmama, she got a branch off the tree. Now, to my little eyes, the branch looked like it was a tree. But she got a big old branch off that orange tree. She slid those leaves off that. She didn't say another word. She just started whooping his behind right there in the orange grove. So his brother and I we were laughing. My grandma was tearing him. She was wearing him out. Well, my grandma, even before she was done whooping him, he said, I'll give it to you, Grandma. I'll give it to you. I give it to you. I give it to you. When my grandma finished reading this line, he gave her that money. My grandma said, when I say give me that money, what you gonna do? I'm gonna give it to you. She said, y'all ain't gonna come out here and run me. You hear what I said? We're like, yes, ma'am. We ain't even done anything, but we getting to talking to him. She said, and when I say give me that money, what y'all gonna do? Give you that money? He was speaking louder than everybody. Give you that money. Just another fun memory I have of living in Indiantown, being raised by my grandmother. There were bleak times, bleak moments, but I also have some good moments. I'm Creasy, Jetty Lee's grandbaby. I hope you enjoyed my fun memory, and I'll see you in the next story time.